I want to talk to you about business credit cards for bad credit that check Equifax. So here's an overview I want you to think about. Number one, think about Truist. So Truist Business Cash Rewards credit card. This is a fantastic business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax. And what we love about this Truist Business Cash Rewards credit card is that they will consider you if you have a FICO score minimum of 375, and they want you to have a relationship with Truist Bank for at least 3 months before you apply for this business credit card. Okay, and this business credit card is really good. Why? Because it is actually a cashback reward, a cashback credit card, business credit card that is, and so there is no annual fee. That's really cool. You have a 0% APR on purchases for 9 months after your account opening. So this is the kind of a strategy what you want to have. So if you are going for this Truist Business Cash Rewards credit card, and you have a FICO score of 375 minimum, you want to make sure that you actually plan your purchases pretty well so that when you actually use the card, you actually don't pay any interest for 9 months. Okay, 9 months, and after that, the APR delta they gave you here is pretty flexible. You have 17 to 27%, so that's variable, and that applies to purchases that you actually have with the card. But this card is great because as a business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax, you are able to actually get all kinds of benefits. For example, you have 3% cash back on gas. You have 2% at restaurants and office supply stores, up to $2,000 in combined spend in 2% and 3% categories per month though. And then you have 1% cash back on all other purchases. So this is kind of cool. And what we love about the Truist Business Cash Rewards credit card is that cash rewards earned will expire at the end of the month. That is 5 years from the issuance. So 5 years, that's really cool. So you have time to actually use the card and actually enjoy. You have 10%, 25%, or 50% loyalty cash bonus is actually will be based on your Truist business deposit relationship when cash rewards are redeemed into a Truist business deposit account. So that's really fantastic. And this card allows you to add authorized cardholders at no additional charge. And you have digital account management through Truist online banking. Fantastic. If you're looking for a business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax, you want to think about Capital One Spark 1% Classic. And the minimum credit score that they will consider here is 500. So, and what we love about Capital One Spark 1% Classic as a business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax is that they give you the possibility to actually build credit with a card because Capital One will report your data to the Business Credit Bureau. So we are speaking about what Dun and Bradstreet. We're speaking about Equifax business, but also Experian business. So that's really cool. And so this card is kind of similar to think of it as a cashback card and also a rewards credit card. So you have everyday rewards. So you have unlimited 1% cashback on every purchase with no minimums or expiration date. That's really good because if you are a business that actually buys all kinds of commodities, all kinds of articles, all kinds of items, you will love the flexibility that Capital One Spark 1% Classic actually instills into your operations. And in this economy, you want to have that kind of flexibility in terms of liquidity management. And you also have Capital One Travel Rewards. So here, it's not 1%. You have unlimited 5% cashback on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel. So everything has to go through Capital One Travel, though. That's how they want to actually prioritize your business. I mean, it's a win-win because you win, they win too. I'm talking about Capital One, okay? And this card actually has a high APR, so be very careful. You do not want to carry a balance on this card because the APR is 29.99%. Remember that this is still a card for bad credit and fair credit that checks Equifax, of course. But the card is cool because it has no annual fee, so we love that a lot. So no annual fee, so you don't have to actually chase a certain minimum, a certain maximum rather, in terms of using the card. And so that's really good. And what we love about this card is that we love the quote unquote back office aspect of it. In other words, you have year end summaries. So that's really good when it comes to filing your business tax return, right? And whether you're an LLC or S corporation or C corporation, doesn't matter, because Capital One will break down the expenses for you, so you can actually nicely have what you need for your taxes. Next, if you're looking for a business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax, I want you to think about Fifth Third Simply Business Card. And this card, of course, is coming from Fifth Third Bank. Okay, and what we love about this card is that they will work with you if you have a FICO score minimum of 400 and you have been with Fifth Third as a business client for at least 3 months. So they are very flexible, but they are also really strict in terms of the business you are bringing to them. So 3 months business relationship with them, and so that's really cool. But this Fifth Third Simply Business Card is actually a cashback card. It's a cash rewards credit card, cash rewards business credit card. So, for instance, you are able to simplify your day-to-day business purchases and earn simple, powerful rewards. Now, the only thing is, Fifth Third is not a biggie at the national level in terms of banking. So you got to be in the geography that Fifth Third covers to actually qualify. So if you are in another geography, then you're gonna have to actually go for another bank. But the cool thing about this card is that when you think about a great business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax, you have a Fifth Third Simply Business Card that allows you to earn 1.67% unlimited cashback for every dollar in purchases. No rotating categories, no earning caps, no points expiration, and no annual fee. I mean, it cannot get more flexible than that. And you are able to easily lock and unlock your card via the mobile app. If for any reason the card has been misplaced, lost, or stolen, this is kind of cool. Also, if you are a sole proprietor or you are a one-person LLC, a single-member LLC, for instance, you are able to use the card to track purchases easily through. They have a functionality called mobile receipt capture and management. You have zero liability on card purchases. You have automatic car rental insurance, MasterCard ID theft protection, and you have a card that actually is really good. I mean, it allows you to earn a lot of stuff. But remember, you got to be a Fifth Third business customer for at least 3 months to qualify if you have a bad credit. Okay, it's because the card is exclusively for Fifth Third Bank customers. If you're looking for a business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax, I want you to think about Citizen Financial. Specifically, I want you to think about Citizen Financial Business Everyday Points Credit Card. This is a fantastic business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax. And Citizen Financials want you to be a client, a business client, or an individual client for that matter, for at least 1 month. And you got to have a FICO score of 500 minimum to qualify for this card. And but the card is really cool because it has a very wonderful intro bonus. You are able to earn $325 when you spend $5,000 in the first 90 days, and thereafter you earn unlimited 1.5% in rewards on your everyday business expenses. That's kind of cool in terms of planning your cash inflows and cash outflows, because if your customers are a little slow in terms of getting back to you, in terms of payments, you are able to actually use this card to actually spend on a variety of things and actually save yourself in terms of cash flow management, but also in terms of rewards management. And we also love the fact that on this Citizen Business Everyday Points credit card, you have 0% introductory APR on purchases for 6 months from an account opening from an account opening. And after that, you have an APR that goes from 17% to 27%. That's really cool. And you have this card actually carries no annual fee. So that's really cool. But overall, what we love about the card is that we love flexibility. We love the fact that you are able to actually use the card flexibly based on your operations. For example, if you have an LLC that covers multiple states and you travel from here to here, from state to state to actually visit your employees or visit your operations, you are able to actually earn points. For example, you can earn and redeem rewards through cashback, gift cards to retailers or restaurants, travel, statement credit for past card purchases, and also through merchandise. So Fifth Third is actually pretty flexible there. And but remember that Everything I'm telling you got to be not fifth third, sorry, citizens. But remember, the citizens is kind of similar to fifth third in the sense that it is geo restricted. So you got to actually have a business that operates within their geography. Next, if you're looking for a business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax, I want you to think about KeyBank Business Card. And this is a fantastic card that also KeyBank wants you to have a FICO score minimum of 425 and be a business customer with them for at least 6 months before they actually qualify you for this KeyBank Business Card. And maximum credit limit $250,000. Of course, the credit limit you get through after applying will depend on a variety of factors, including the cash inflows and cash outflows situation of your company. And you got to be a company. You got to be you cannot be a sole proprietor to qualify for this KeyBank business card. Okay, you got to be an LLC, an S corporation, or a C corporation, or ALP. You just got to be a business. But if you are a business, it doesn't matter if you are a one person business or a 1,000 person business. So single member LLCs are also they are approved as well. And this card actually allows you to build a business credit and also improve cash flow. So you have 0% introductory APR for 6 months on purchases and balance transfers. But the only thing is the balance transfers actually must be made in the first 60 days. So that's 2 months of account opening to qualify for the introductory APR. And after that, the variable APR will be 16% to 26%, okay, based on your credit. And you are able to manage this card anytime with secure KeyBank Business Online. That's really fantastic. Now, KeyBank is a little geo-restricted, but they are in more states than Citizens or Fifth Third. So that's really fantastic. And one thing I want to say also is that Fifth Third will qualify you real fast. And for this card, if you apply, you can actually be approved the same day. That's really cool. But if you have any question, more information, you can call Fifth Third at 1-888-KEY-FOR-BIZ. 1-888-KEY-FOR-BIZ. So that's 539-4249. So that's really cool, and they will approve you, and they'll process your application, and that's really fantastic. So fantastic. Next, I want to talk to you about BMO Harris. So this is BMO, the Business Platinum Credit Card. And if you're looking for a business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax, you want to really think about BMO. And BMO will consider you if you have a FICO score of 500 minimum and you have been with them for 1 month. So you got to be a business client to actually qualify for this card. And what we love about the card here is that this card has a 0% intro APR on purchases for the first 18 months. Can you believe that? 18 months. That's really cool. And so you can get a 0% introductory rate for 18 months. And after that, the APR will go from 16% to 26%. And so that's really cool also. But this card, when you think about this card, the card allows you to, this business credit card actually allows you to earn more perks when you actually use the card strategically, okay? So you can save, for instance, you can save up to 25% and more than 40,000 merchants, including gas, meals, office supplies, hotels, and more. And but everything goes through a MasterCard Easy Savings. So when you have the card like this, you want to really centralize spending within your company, right? So you want to use the card strategically. You want to make sure that you actually see where your big expense items are, and use the card accordingly. And if you're also thinking about integrating to accounting software or even switching your current accounting software tool, you are able to enjoy discounts on Intuit QuickBooks and TurboTax. So that's really good. And they are constantly working on more integrations, more partnerships with third-party apps. For example, FreshBooks, for example, Zoho Books, and for example, you also have Wave. So, but for now, they have solidified that relationship with QuickBooks. And you are able to get up to 20 additional cards so employees can easily make purchases and earn points on behalf of your business. And you also get $600 cell phone protection when you charge your monthly wireless telephone bill to your card. So that's really fantastic. So wonderful card. If you're looking for a business credit card for bad credit that checks Equifax, I want you to think about the Huntington Bank Voice Business Credit Card. Okay, and this Huntington Voice Business Credit Card is a fantastic credit card in the sense that it allows you to actually earn up to 4% cash back. And when you choose one of the 10 categories that they have actually laid out for you. But Huntington Bank is not a national bank; it is a regional bank. So you got to really think about this geo restriction element here before actually you go with Huntington Bank. But the cool thing is you can earn 4%, as I said before, 4% cash back on the first $7,000 you spend per quarter, or $28,000 annually. And you will also earn 1% cash back on all other purchases. And the even cooler, there are no annual fees or foreign transaction fees. So this is really good. But with Huntington Bank, you cannot apply online. You have to actually speak with a business banker. So you can go to a branch, or you can call someone on the phone and have a conversation before they actually approve you for this Huntington Bank Voice Business Credit Card. And if Huntington Bank wants you to be a business client with them for at least 3 months and have a FICO score of a 480 minimum before you can actually qualify for this card. But the cool thing is that the card actually allows you to choose from 10 categories where you can actually you can earn 4%. Now you can change your 4% cashback category every quarter. Every quarter, not every month, every quarter, you have the possibilities there. And so the categories are auto parts and service stores, department, apparel, and sporting goods stores. You have discount and warehouse stores. You have electronic, computer, and camera stores. You have gas stations. You have grocery stores. You have home improvement stores. You have restaurants. You have travel and entertainment, and you have utilities and office supply stores. So that's really fantastic. And so you are able to actually spend on a quarterly basis and change and actually switch every quarter depending on how your business feels like. You are able to change the category you want based on your operational decision, or let's say operational flexibility. Bottom line is that the category you choose must be in sync with your cash inflows and cash outflows, and also respond to your internal budgeting priorities. And that's the best way. But remember, Huntington is not a national bank. It's, if you will, a tier 3. That's what we call a tier 3 bank. It's not even a tier 2 bank, because a tier 1 bank will be Chase. A tier 2 will be US Bank, Key Bank, and a tier 3 it will be like a Fifth Third, Huntington, Citizen Financials, and so on and so forth. So thank you so much for your attention. So here's a recap. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about business credit cards for bad credit that check Equifax. And here's an overview. Number 1, Truist Bank. Number 2, you have Capital One. Number 3, you have Fifth Third Bank. Number 4, you have Citizen Financial. Number 5, you have Key Bank. Number 6, you have BMO Harris. Number 7, Huntington Bank. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.